The video is stunning. Look closely. The room is beautifully decorated for the holidays as all hell breaks out. Adults can be seen standing idly by, some allegedly encouraging as the teens meet in the center and swing wildly, pummeling each other, and in particular, this one boy.
He was placed in, what's been known as their Gladiator arena and brutally beaten. I said, this can't be real.
The shocking video, dubbed by some as Gladiator fights, was taken at Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall and leaked to the media. The adults are probation officers. The teens, according to authorities, are pitted against each other, often fighting for better food and favors, or to retaliate against a teen who's acting out against an officer.
These weren't random instances of two kids who had a disagreement. This was a plan and a conspiracy between the probation department, its officers, and these attackers.
The leaked surveillance video has sparked backlash, becoming part of an investigation by the California Department of Justice, leading to a 71-count criminal indictment with 30 probation officers facing criminal charges for abuses at Los Padrinos.
Detention officers allowed and in some instances even encouraged 69 gladiator fights to occur between 143 youth in their care. 69 fights in 6 months.
And shining a light on what many say is a dysfunctional juvenile justice system in Los Angeles.
These are kids that are coming from Black and brown communities, and they are coming from, more than oftentimes, they're coming from broken homes where they've already experienced abuse, they've already witnessed violence. So when you look at the circumstances that they're subjected to, you feel bad.
The family of the young man seen in this video is also taking civil legal action against LA County, and they're not alone.
Motherhood means everything. I don't have a life without my kids. My kids are my life, so as long as they're happy, I'm happy. I have 2 sons, now 19 and 17.
Brittany Allen has lived in Los Angeles her entire life, raising her 2 boys. Her youngest, a straight-A honor roll student and budding athlete who dreams of going to the Olympics.
Oh my God, he's everything. So he's athletic, he is intelligent, he is outgoing, he is just a great kid overall. If I've had a bad day, just his smile lightens up a room.
But in August of last year, Brittany learned her young boy, then just 16, had been detained at Los Padrinos.
It was just unfortunate that he kind of hung around the wrong crowd or whatnot. But, things happen, in life, and I don't hold that to my kids. We all make mistakes. No one's perfect.
Inside the detention center, she says his world quickly devolved into a waking nightmare, experiencing what his attorney says are beatings and abuse, all allowed by the probation officers.
My son was, assaulted while they were at the juvenile facility. And in that midst of being assaulted, he was also stabbed. So I immediately tried to get in contact with juvenile hall. I'm frantic, I'm distraught, I'm upset because my son is in a predicament where I'm unable to be hands-on.
But Brittany says the horrific ordeal didn't end there. She says he was attacked multiple times while being detained at Los Padrinos, once so badly he was knocked unconscious.
He's bleeding from the mouth, bleeding from the nose, and now he has chipped teeth that are they're chipped all throughout his mouth. It made me feel helpless, honestly.
Desperate for help, she enlisted civil rights attorney Jamal Tucson, who's also representing the family of the boy in the video.
I was shocked. I was appalled. No kid deserves this. No kid deserves to be brutally assaulted. This was a young man put in a position trying to turn his life around. When the people entrusted for his safety threw him to the wind and left him to be brutally assaulted and left unconscious. As a result, his medical treatment is ongoing.
It's unfortunate that, the kids are here, the minors are there. They made a mistake. No one's perfect, but that does not mean that they're supposed to be mistreated or that the facility should be ran like a Gladiator facility where they get a kick out of the kids, fighting and being injured. They're supposed to be safe.
Brittany filed a civil lawsuit against Los Angeles County Probation Chief Guillermo Vieira Rosa and 10 probation officers at Los Padrinos, accusing them of violating her son's civil rights.
As a probation officer, you not only have a duty to protect, which means you are looking after the welfare of all the children at the Los Padrinos Detention Center, but you have a duty to intervene. And what that means is if you see one kid attacking another, you have a duty to stop it.
The probation department is responsible for committing, in my opinion, the ultimate crimes against young people in its custody. They are complicit in harm against young people.
Eshe Jackson is a commissioner on the Probation Oversight Commission, a civilian task force created to reform and monitor the probation department. Eshe knows the system better than most. As a teen, she was detained in the juvenile system multiple times, where she saw firsthand the stunning abuses play out before her eyes.
There are examples of me being charged with packing out, which just means to kind of jump a young person, someone else in custody. I was charged with doing that, and it was also done to me. And so as we're talking about my experience in juvenile hall, it's a very personal and relatable account because I was there firsthand.
Tell me about your reaction the first time you saw the videos from Los Padrinos.
I am not surprised by what I witnessed in that video because that is what I understand to be happening when there are not outside eyes inside of those facilities. And I'm just glad that the footage was leaked so that people can understand what's really happening behind there. And I'm more concerned about the instances that we'll never know about.
At the heart of the issue, many say the probation officers themselves. A 2023 Inspector General's report concluded that on any given day, a number of probation officers simply didn't show up for work, which led to safety issues. But Eshe and others maintain that the abuses, like those seen in the video, run so much deeper.
Going back into the facilities, I'm not surprised by the condition because it's only worsened over time. I never expected for it to get better, but I don't remember things being as bad in the 2000s, or maybe the realities of it were sort of normalized and you just thought that was the status quo. And so now I'm on the other side of that. I have an oversight role. You really understand that some of the things that you experienced were not normal.
The first time I saw the video involving my minor client, I was shocked. I was terrified. I was particularly alarmed that the officers involved knew there was a camera running. And if they were willing to do this on film, God help us for when the camera is not catching what's transpiring there.
Most of the officers charged in the Los Padrinos case were arraigned last month. The rest will be later this week. In a statement to ABC News, the Los Angeles County Probation Department writes in part, "We want to emphasize that accountability is a cornerstone of our mission, and we have zero tolerance for misconduct of any peace officers, especially those dealing with young people in our system. All officers named in the indictments are currently on leave without pay." While these incidents are deeply troubling, we believe this marks an important step toward rebuilding trust and reinforcing our commitment to the meaningful changes we are proposing in our juvenile facilities. And the union representing the probation officers wrote in part, "Our members deserve to be treated with fairness and due process, just as they provide to those in their custody. We do not condone any unlawful behavior, and we will do everything in our power to support our members as they navigate this difficult situation." The attorney for one of the directors of Los Padrinos spoke to our Los Angeles affiliate, KABC.
My client didn't set up any fights. He didn't know about any fights. So I'm not sure how they got him into this as an accomplice. There's no evidence of that. And there will be none.
Since his ordeal last year, Brittany Allen's son has been released from Los Padrinos. He's now in a transitional home and is getting medical treatment for his injuries. He plans to go to college after he graduates this year. But for Brittany, no outcome in court will change the trauma her son endured.
At the end of the day, that can be anyone's child. No child should be mistreated because they're at a juvenile facility. I mean, I would like for the facility to be shut down. Sadly, my son's incident was not the first incident. At this time, I mean, they've already proven that they can't do the job. So they need to just find somewhere else, possibly to, get the kids some help.